Hello, everyone, and welcome back to another Movie Nights movie review. There's two of us.
Two of us.
Yes, there are,
Yes.
and we had the honor and privilege, thanks to the studio, thank you very much, to see the new Garfield movie, literally called The Garfield Movie. And Nicholas, what was the Garfield movie about?
Yes, well, after Garfield's unexpected reunion with his long-lost father, Ragged Alley Cat Vic, he and his canine friend Odie are forced from their perfectly pampered lives to join Vic on a risky heist.
Based on the novel Push by Sapphire. Now, obviously, this film is based on the old Garfield kind of comic cartoons, which spawned into a ton of different IPs, including, more recently, the Bill Murray live-action hybrid films.
More recently, 2002.
Name what else Garfield's come out.
You know what? I'm going to see if I nailed that on the head, too.
Go for it. Go for it. And while you're doing that, I'll kind of give initial thoughts on the movie.
Yes. 2004.
It was close.
That one was Garfield : the movie. And now we saw the Garfield movie.
Yeah.
Movie The Garfield is the sequel.
Yes.
We got to make this quick, man. I got a lasagna in the oven.
Jesus Christ. So, basically, thoughts on this film.
Mm-hmm.
It was bang average to me. There's...
Perfectly fine.
I swear to God.
Perfectly feline.
How fast does that lasagna cook?
I put it in the microwave on high, so we got like 2 minutes.
We gotta get the fuck out of here.
You might hear a loud explosion. Mondays, am I right?
Jesus. I'm not gonna make it through the day. I can't do it. Anyway, I thought the film was okay. I thought it was kind of bang average, like I said.
Mm-hmm.
It's basically just a string of bits. Some of the bits work.
Some of the bits are really funny.
They are. Some of them aren't and are just kind of boring.
Yeah.
The plot itself is pretty uninspired. And I know that you're probably thinking like, wow, the plot in the Garfield movie, fucking, you know. There were opportunities to do something interesting with the plot that they did not do. And I feel like the premise and the kind of the journey that the characters go on is decent. It exists, I'll say that. But the villains were weak. The whole plot itself was kind of weak, but the bits throughout the movie, some of them were enjoyable. If you're a massive Garfield fan and just like him being the lazy cat that he is, there's plenty of that in there for you.
I think the funniest part of it, obviously, Chris Pratt voices the character,
Yes.
much to the internet's dismay.
Absolutely.
And I thought he did fine as Mario, because Mario, he kind of did, like, try to do some voice, but it was really, like, nothing incredible, you know?
Yeah.
Garfield was kind of just Chris Pratt, and then it occasionally sounded like he was yawning, you know, through it. But the weirdest thing was, like, Nicholas Hoult is John and does a voice.
Yeah. Like I didn't know it was Nicholas Hoult at all.
Yeah, like, it was like, but they're like, no, we need everyone to know, though, that Chris Pratt and Sam Jackson
are voicing
these characters.
Yeah. But I will say, though, I thought Chris Pratt's voice matched the vibe of the movie. Like it
did match, but it wasn't.
Yeah. At no point did it, like, take me out of the movie. That, like, oh, that's Chris Pratt speaking. Like, I was just watching it.
Yeah.
I also thought that some other voice work was really well done. I thought Ving Rhames did a great job with his voice and his character.
Him as the bull. He plays a bull in the movie. One, probably has the best arc in the movie.
True.
And
yes.
2, is the funniest character in the movie.
100%.
Hands down.
There's a bit with his character that is so hilarious that we were dying at the screening.
Yes. And I think we were the only people that realized what the bit was doing.
Yes, and it was really funny. I thought the animation looked nice, and I usually don't like that style of animation, and if you ask me if I was animating a movie, that's not the animation I would use, but I thought the tone and the vibe of the film, I thought the animation worked really well for what they were going for.
It felt it was very simple, but it was very clean and crisp. It kind of reminded me of, like, that's how I felt about the animation with Scoob.
Yeah, okay.
Like, it was just fine.
Yeah.
But I thought this movie actually was really, like, calm. Like, I think the animation fit that. Like, the movie didn't feel as, I would say, overstimulating as a lot of kids' movies have been lately.
Yeah.
And there were, like, sequences with that, but, like, overall, it was very kind of matching that Garfield vibe of just, like, things happening.
Yeah. And, you know, to kind of my negative points of the movie, while the bits and the one-liners are funny, especially from Garfield, a lot of what's going on in those bits just seems really exposition heavy for a movie about Garfield, which is kind of ridiculous a little bit. And it also just felt very bland and boring in between bits. Like, they kind of set up what's going to happen in the movie.
It's just a massive heist movie.
Yeah.
Is really what it is.
Yeah, and the whole purpose for the heist, it seems really stupid. Like, I didn't kind of... I wasn't on board with it.
Mm-hmm.
Now, granted, there's great moments from it, which are funny. And there are funny bits, like we said. But in between, like, the big set pieces, if you will, it was just kind of trying to exist.
Yeah.
To me, the standout was Odie, I should say.
Mm-hmm.
He was excellent. Great character, great in the way they use him.
And like no dialogue, like he's
Yeah.
just in the background doing things or servicing.
And he kind of had the best screen presence to me, just kind of being that, because you need that strong supporting character, and I think that part was played really well.
Like even what they did and how they utilized him, like I could have watched just a movie in silence of him doing things.
Like back in if they made this back in 2005 era, there would have been like a bunch of DVD short films with Odie and him doing stuff, and I would have loved to have watched those.
I mean, they still do Minion shorts, so if this movie
true.
does well, I wouldn't be surprised if it extends into like other properties.
And I think it will do well. There's a lot of good family stuff in here for families to go see a movie.
Well, I mean, not even on top of that, it's like the only family movie
other than If
out here, and If has been getting mixed reviews, which I think this one will too.
Cinema Score.
But I think that the animation aspect of it would be more appealing to families, and it's coming out counter programming against Furiosa, which was really probably the best move for it going into a long weekend too.
True.
Like, I think they put this movie perfectly.
Yeah, I agree. And there's also that chance you can't manufacture this, but there's also that chance that it gets memed of like, oh, let's go see the Garfield movie, kind of like what happens with the Minions movies sometimes.
Yeah, but I feel like that would have happened by now.
Probably. I mean, we are almost a week out from it, so there's time. But you're right. That's something that would have been kind of in the building. I also think that I don't know if this movie will have legs necessarily. I think it might have a pretty strong opening weekend. This is just a prediction, but how it does after will be kind of up to see, because summer movie season's finally here, and we're gonna have kind of banger movies every weekend. Yeah. So it's gonna be interesting to see. If a cinema score really is an interesting thing, because that tells me that it will have legs. So I wonder what this movie's cinema score will be and how that will affect box office.
But like the Garfield movie's really kind of in the clear for thinking of just other kids' properties. It's really in the clear until Inside Out 2.
That's true.
Toward the end of next month.
Yeah.
So it might have a good 4-week run just because of that.
Yeah, no, it's true. It's true. We're getting off topic from the review.
Yeah.
But yeah, I thought it was a bang average movie. Not good, not bad, just kind of right there in the middle. Depending on how you feel about certain things, there's, you'll enjoy it more or not enjoy it more.
I mean, it's definitely a movie, I think, to see if you have kids.
Oh,
or like
absolutely.
If you're like 20-something, it's
yeah.
not, don't go see
No, if you have a family, if you have little ones, they'll have a great time with this.
Yeah, grandkids take your grandparents, take your grandkids.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Oddly, and I pointed this out to Nick during the screening, there's like a whole sequence that's paying homage to what feels like Attack of the Clones.
Yeah.
Like almost beat for beat, just in reverse order.
Well, they do a lot of like movie pop culture.
Yeah, but that's such a specific pull.
Yeah.
So that just felt funny. The other movie references they do are hysterical. But yeah, I don't know. Let me know if you catch it, because I'm interested to see if that was the case. But yeah, that's the review of Garfield, guys. What did you think about it once you see the movie? Please leave it in the comments and let us know. Thank you for watching, and we will see you on the next one.